Get spoiled, nerds.
What's up, Response On players? We're back after a very exciting weekend.
Exciting.
Correct. Very exciting. So, we just got back from Worlds, and we want to talk about it. But before that, I'm Bryan, and joining me today...
I'm Steph, and my dogs are barking, but you probably can't hear it. But I just want to let you know.
I'm Jake. My dogs are barking also, but I'm wearing shoes.
Andrew, I'm outside now.
I'm Nick, and I'm in a bag.
I'm James. I'm sick.
That's not fun.
Sick with skill.
I'm back inside, by the way.
Alright, so obviously we want to talk about the event and all the cool things we got up to while we were there. But first, how did we get there?
Oh boy.
Do one of you guys want to share your side of how you guys got there?
Eventually.
Eventually.
Well, eventually
Was
we
a
drove.
day.
Eventually, we
Agreed.
got there.
So, why was it a day? What happened?
Renting cars is more difficult than anticipated.
Yeah. Ran into a snag with getting the rental, so we left way later than we
Yeah.
planned. We didn't hit the road till what? It was like 7 o'clock
Yeah.
or so.
It's like a 4-hour drive, so it was rough.
So, I can tell
Yeah.
you guys that you messaged and showed where you guys were at in the Discord, saying when you would arrive. And you had left maybe 50, you'd probably only driven like 15 minutes or so. And that was at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. We also, we were in the car when deck lists are due, and the only reason at least two of us got to compete in the main event is because Bryan called us on the way
Yeah.
down and said, hey, by the way, deck lists
I
are due
had-
at midnight. And I had to wake
I
up
had-
Jake and Andrew
Yeah.
and say, hey, deck lists are due at midnight.
I had my deck already made and ready to go. I just had to submit it until I realized, oh hey, there's a couple cards in my sideboard I don't have and can't get. Let me make these these quick changes because I did have the backup plan with on me, but it slipped my mind that deck lists were needed to be submitted by midnight. So I was like, all right, I'm going with Plan B. So I had the deck ready to go. I just needed to change a few things on the website.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cannot relate. I woke up out of my stupor. Yeah, I was just like, oh, deck list. Oh yeah, and then it was like, oh yeah, I forgot to change cards out in my deck. Hold on, Nick, hold all this stuff while I sit and figure out what I'm doing.
That is what happened. I can
Yeah.
confirm.
Can confirm that is what happened. I saw everything from the very back seat.
Happy to help my buddies with their nonsense.
Yeah, like I said, I already had things set up. I just forgot that it needed to be submitted. And again, was like, I think I'll be fine. Maybe I'll be able to get the cards I needed for my sideboard and stuff. And then, nope, I needed to go with Plan B immediately. So, sucks.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I think you guys arrived at like midnight, like just
Yeah,
after
it sucked.
midnight.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, it did. That wasn't fun.
It was not
Yeah.
great.
Was we were planning on doing multiple things for the day before the actual event started, and didn't get to do any of that. We
We
basically
didn't. Yeah.
we all got to the hotel, went to our rooms. It's like, all right, bedtime.
Yeah. We did get to see, there were people like straggling, hanging out. Like we saw Sam, we saw some of the trading post guys, and I think that might have been it.
Nick and I also got to talk to Corey because apparently
nice.
Corey had a miscut sheet, so he just cut up some of the cards and started. He looked at me and like kind of flagged me over. I was like, "Whoa, what's going on?" He's like, "Pick your favorite card," and they were all face down. He fanned out a bunch of cards. I was like, "What is this?" I was like, He's just like, "Pick one." I was like, "All right, this one." I looked at it and it was a messed up like walkie fortress, but with a little bit of Megalovania on the right side. And he's like, it's so great, it's beautiful. I was like, yeah, that's a word I'd use.
I thought they looked wonderful.
That was fun. I like that people do silly stuff like that. Shout out to Corey from MGLA. That was sick.
Corey's very
It was
funny.
fun.
So yeah, so when you guys were leaving, I was arriving.
Nice.
Good for you.
Because I looked at my phone as I was parking and saw you messaging in the Discord about when you'd be there, etc. And I was like, oh, it'll be a while. Got it.
Yeah.
So I went and unpacked some, and then I went to get us water and stuff for the room, because I knew we'd want to do it eventually, and it just seemed easier to do it now. And then I chatted with Barlow for a little bit, chatted with Tony Heavium, talked with EJ, great guy, always love talking to him.
Yeah. I love that guy.
Then the combat power guys showed up. I helped them unload their van a little bit. And then I realized I hadn't submitted my deck list, and that's when I called you guys. Went upstairs.
Funny how all that works.
Yeah, submitted my deck list, came back down when I was pretty sure you guys were going to be there, hung out outside for a few minutes, and then helped you guys unload. My day was pretty chill, comparably.
Yeah, it seems so.
But I also just drove my own car, so, like, it was already here. Like, I just left.
Yeah. I mean, that's
This is-
fair. Also, good.
Oh, I was just gonna say this is why we need like a team van. We need like a tour van, tour bus. We just drive around the country in it, and then Bryan can't take his own car. So when we have like mishaps and like hilarious problems, Bryan can be there with us and suffer.
Go
Yeah,
fund
he can
me
suffer
live
with us.
now.
No, stop.
I
Stop.
I would have gone and suffered with you if I was even close to the same area.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but if you
well,
had a van, you wouldn't have a choice.
It's true.
I mean, currently I would still kind of have a choice.
Wow.
No.
Anyway,
You at
enough
the very-
about Thursday.
You at least got us.
Thursday.
You got us water, and that's very
That
very
water
appreciative.
was so nice. Yeah.
Yeah, glad I could help.
Team mom.
The bill's in the mail.
I'm not paying that.
It'd be like $1.
Send
So.
me to collections.
Go fund
You're
me
gonna have to
live for the
kill me.
water.
Well, that's fine. I know where you live. But enough about
He
Thursday.
does.
Let's talk about Friday. Friday. Yes.
I was about to start singing with you, Andrew. Don't worry.
Rebecca Black now owns 30% of this episode. Good job.
Well, that's why I did it out of tune.
The GoFundMe is now live. Help us out.
Save us. So, who would like to share first?
Yeah, I can go first. Don't worry about it. So
I'm gonna worry about it.
I had fun at the event. All right, let's
good.
start there. I was feeling good about my deck. I'm not really fond of the current meta. I don't think that's it. But you know,
Why not? Wait, why not? What's wrong with it?
what's okay?
Oh no.
Now's not the time.
No.
Get me back
Why?
We'll talk. We can talk about it some other time. I talked about it plenty in James' ear on the way back from Worlds.
James is
I
here.
heard all that too.
Well,
James is here.
James's ear. Everyone else just happened to be the same vehicle, so you got to hear it for like 3 hours.
This man told everyone in God for 3 hours how he feels about the meta.
I didn't have to listen to that. So, because I went home in my own car.
He confessed his feelings about the meta for 3 hours to anyone who would listen. Unfortunately, all of us in that van had to listen.
So anyway,
Each time.
No secret, I'm not a huge fan of the meta. I think the meta has been kind of lame, and it keeps going back to a meta that I don't particularly care for. And every time we've gone into the same type of meta, I kind of complain and whine and groan.
Yeah, you do.
But you know, I'm gonna
Well,
keep doing it.
can you tell us at least like one sentence? What is that meta? Just in case people are not like aware of what you're talking about.
Godzilla? Citywide Rampage?
That's 2 words.
Mikasa 4? Like, the things
Alright,
those
now
decks
you
do,
words.
it's just like we keep ending up in these spots where, like, Citywide Rampage play a lot of attacks, or, like, something that hacks your check over and over and over, or, like, I don't know. We keep ending
Ignores
up in
progressive.
those. Yeah, exactly. And it means you have to play one of those decks that can, like, super do it. And even if you're playing a different deck, a lot of the different decks are doing the same thing with the same cards. And like, we keep ending up in this, like, why Godzilla keeps being good. Like, we'll carve our way out of that meta, and then something will get hit, and then we'll go right back into that meta. Instead of solving that meta, and then, or, like, taking some of those cards out, like, I think Citywide Rampage can go. I think that card enables shenanigans, but especially if they don't want to touch Godzilla. But a lot of these decks are doing pretty similar things. And I don't like it. It feels bad when I want to play a mid-range deck and I miss 1 to 2 checks and then get my head run in. And,
That's fair.
And I would love to say, oh, well, maybe I'll just build out and sculpt. I build out and sculpt, and then I die on the next turn because I had to build. Like, because they threw 9 attacks at me on their second attack turn. Even if you play completely block heavy, I've got to be able to attack sometime. And Mikasa just goes, okay, cool. I'm going to throw 900 cards at you, and then I'm going to blow up half my stage. Oh, but at the end of my turn, because I've cleared everything out of my card pool, I'm going to build most of the cards in my hand. And then I'm going to draw more cards on your turn and keep blocking you. So, I think there's...
That does...
Sorry.
No. Finish. Go ahead.
I think that just, like, I feel like we're in a spot where some of these decks feel a little less fun to play against than they should. When I'm trying to play any of these characters, like... I don't feel like you get to a certain part of the game without being, like, toxic. Like, if you want to play a long game, you have to play one of these decks that shuts down everything your opponent wants to do on face, which is, like, one of the only, like, control or like, mid to long range decks that is even playable right now. Feel free to tell me I'm wrong in the comments, but that's what it feels like to me. But yeah, my game 1 was against a Mikasa player. It's the only win I took. I played Kai from Guilty Drive. It's a fun deck. I think it might even slightly better after rotation because I'm only a couple of things, but we move on to greener Jaguars. So
Jet's
Yeah,
black,
I mean, there
though.
are some. Yeah, there's also some cool cards in Reina Kaiju that Kai gets access to, like Mechanical Monster, that secret rare
Yep.
for Mechagodzilla is pretty lit.
yeah, there's some
for
cool
Kai.
there's some cool stuff coming out. Also, I think that'll up Kai a little bit as well. But I don't know. I'm ready for rotation. I'm ready to see what happens. Got out several people from out of the United States that came. My first opponent was from Europe. Appreciate you hanging out also after the event with us.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, all my games are sick. Shout out to all my opponents I played. I had a blast playing you, even if your deck was kind of not awesome.
Even if he's going to say your deck was cringe.
He will say your deck is cringe. You, however, were
I
great.
can't think of a single person that I played against. Like, I don't like playing into Godzilla, but the Godzilla I played against was a cool dude, and we actually had good games. I not a fan of it. I played against a Reiner deck. Not a fan of Reiner as a play style, especially
is it Reiner 1?
yes.
Yeah, it was the first Reiner.
Especially in one of the games where I wasn't able to build that many foundations, and then he built out his entire hand, flipped and destroyed basically my whole stage. I think there was only one match where I got 2-0'd, so like I felt like if my deck had a fighting chance against pretty much everybody, and all my opponents were fantastic, fun to talk to, fun to play with. I would play them again, even on those decks I don't like. Go next.
Good. So let's
Wait,
hear.
before we go next, I want to say that was a very accurate summation of the 3 hours that we heard this going home in the van.
I'm glad I only had to listen to it for about 8 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, just gave you the abridged version. We heard the uncut
Yeah, you heard the
version.
uncut extended edition.
Yeah.
So I was going to
Unfiltered.
say, how about I'll just go. I'll just talk about mine real quick, and then I'll call in somebody else.
Yeah.
So I didn't do great. Deck didn't really show up like I wanted it to, like it had in testings. The one game that the one match that it did was the one I won. I also lost to really cool things that I never had practiced into. So I was like, oh yeah, I don't know how I'm supposed to play this matchup. Happy Chaos was really cool. I count that as a half win
No.
because we revealed him. So it was cool to get beaten
Eh.
by him.
Hell yeah.
I played against a Devil Jin. That one went to game 3. And he just called out that I didn't have the right block zone and hammered it home. And then I played against a Leatherhead who pushed my teeth in. Beat me 2-0
Yeah.
in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, like when James and I we got together, James was like so shocked. It's like, yeah, he lost his game in like 10 minutes or so. I looked at the timer, there was like 40 minutes left. It's like, wait, what happened? He looked it up and saw Leatherhead. We both were like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, that deck was really cool. So my last 2 opponents were from OCE.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, they're really cool. Real nice guys. And basically the Leatherhead list was using Knockout Punch,
Yeah.
and Legendary Bandit and Ray Fillet.
Yeah, stuffing
and
your
which
card
is-
pool and then knockout punch just burns you.
Yeah, burns you, and then also he gets to discard a card to give it X damage equal to my card pool. Like just, he knockout punched me for like 19 in game 1, and then
Cool.
he hit me with like I had to half block something, and then he hit me with a knockout punch for like 16 in game 2, and that was enough.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was crazy, and I was like, all right, man, fair. What am I supposed to do about that? I couldn't
That's
block it,
crazy.
so I deserve to die. But yeah, it was really cool. After that, I went and had greater success doing side event stuff. Played in the Strive Sealed event, and that was a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, and then we of course hung out with everybody. Got to talk to a whole bunch of people on Friday.
Well, so I didn't get to play in the main event. I didn't get enough points to try for day 1, but I did have really a lot of fun with side events. I got to participate in the cube that Nick Reagan made,
With 18
and
U's.
that was really fun. I got to trap Devil Jin and just a heinous deck. I beat my round 1 opponent very quickly, and then due to some time constraints, I did have to drop out of that to do a different event. But the cube, really fun. It was a really fun experience to get to draft Universus cards, a lot of cards I've never seen before. I do a lot of drafting for Magic, so it was really fun to do it for this game as well. And then I got to also participate in the Guilty Gear Strive Sealed, where Jake and I cheated against
Sort
each
of.
other, and that was fun.
How'd that
And
happen?
we had a good time.
Well, let me just
I used
interject
Roman
here.
cancels incorrectly.
Let me just interject
that,
here. We both cheated unintentionally.
That's true.
We
It was
don't-
unintentional.
He, like most card gamers, did not.
Yeah.
And we didn't read each other's cards, which was all bad. So, note to everybody
Just
else,
like-
read the cards. Reading
So
the card
what are you
explains
playing,
the
Soul
card.
Bad Guy? Because you were all bad?
No, I was playing Kaiki Skate.
Ah, classic. Also, you were just like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna trust my opponent. They know what their card does. I'm not gonna read it. I'm a card player. I can't read it anyway.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand.
I unfortunately do.
It was a fun back and forth with Jake and I for round 2, though. Good times.
Sure.
But that was really it for me day 1. I did some other side events, but we're talking about day 1 right now. So
Andrew, you were chiming in a little bit. What did you do day 1?
What I did day one, I also participated in the main event. Didn't do a whole lot of side events on day 1, but in the main event, I was playing Isla from the KOF deck.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up going 2-2-2, 2 wins, 2 losses, 2 ties. And overall, the deck felt pretty good throughout all of my games. Except the last game that I played, because I didn't play all the rounds. I dropped out to the 6th round. The last round that I played was probably the worst that the deck performed. yeah, the deck felt great. The deck was super fun. I look forward to trying to tweak it and maybe bring it to another event and rock it. It was just such a good time, such a fun deck to play and pilot. I mean, it's the same deck that Bryan and I played. We both played the same deck with a few card difference.
Yeah, I think we had like 5 cards different.
Yeah. But shout out to all of my opponents. Like, I feel like this is going to be a running theme for our little recap here. But shout out to all my opponents. They were great. And I do apologize to my second round opponent. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I was so scatterbrained. I could not focus to save my life. He's pointing out things that he's doing, and I'm just sitting there spacing out. I'm like, yeah, man, sure. And he's like, but hey, are you gonna do this thing? And I sat there like, you are so right. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I tied that game. That was my first tie. It was against Mikasa 4, but I just could not focus to save my life. I don't know what it was, but also my round 6 opponent, very nice guy. I had a fun little chat after our game about where he was from, where I was from, how he really wants to move to Grapevine, Texas. But yeah, all my opponents were swell chaps. Had a lot of fun with them.
That's good.
But besides the main event, I didn't really do anything else. But besides hang out with friends outside of the side events, just kind of chit chatted.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I am now the vice captain. If anyone's keeping track or even cares, I'm now the vice captain.
We
Again.
all know that Steph is in charge now, and that's just how it is.
I wasn't talking to you, Clanker.
You can't say that to me.
That's racist. Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay,
Be
so moving on.
sensitive.
Do we want to have Steph? Do you want to go, or James? Do you want to go?
I'll go. We'll save James for last because everybody already knows. Between me and James, everybody knows that James did better, so that's not a spoiler. That's fine.
No, you did better. Come on.
Well, I
In
didn't
life.
play in the tournament, so maybe possibly.
Already
I possibly had a
winning.
better time that he did. Yeah, I hated all of my opponents. Like,
yeah, makes sense.
it sucked playing with you guys. Personally, I hate you. I can't stand you.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
Oh, my
kidding.
bad.
No, you guys are all great. I played against like 3 people total because I only played in like a couple side events. But Godzilla pre-release was that's like a different day.
Yeah, that's
What did I do day 1? Did I do anything?
content.
I think I just did content. Yeah,
You're
I think I
just
just
filming
walked
like
around.
crazy.
You,
Content.
wait,
Yeah.
isn't that the day that you taught your friend how to play? Or
Yes,
were they
yeah, friend
random or
showed
something?
Yes, yeah. I had a friend who played One Piece come out, and that's something I want to shout out for the UVS team. Is thank you very much for having a card slinging area. This is something that I've talked about in like multiple podcasts. Every time we have a regional, my like post event like feedback is like, please, I want a place to play card games with my friends or people who are not in the event anymore, or to just like hang out because I don't want to play in these tournaments sometimes. And we had that, and it was really nice. So I had a place where I could bring him. He came over because he lives in Dallas, and we like played Universes, and I kind of taught him the ropes best I could. I had not played Universes in a long time, so I was sitting next to some people who were probably pretty good at the game. Tim Keefe was one of them,
Yeah,
and
wow.
I couldn't remember how mulligans worked or if we drew on turn 1. So asking some very complicated questions to some pros was really funny. It's just like, I didn't know that it was Tim Keefe sitting next to me. And so he's like a really good player if you don't know who he is. But I was like, he's
out
been
to
playing
Tim.
for a very long time. And so I was like, my friend was like, do you draw on turn 1? And he was like, how does mulligans work? And I was like, and then I
Great
just like turned to the
question.
guy next to me and I was like, do you remember? Actually, I think he asked. So one of us asked. He was like, hey, do we draw on turn 1 and how do mulligans work? And I like turned around and I saw like Tim Keefe and I was like, oh my God, he's going to think I'm an idiot. He knows I play this game if he even knows who I am. But like, it was pretty funny. Also funny that I'm supposed to be demoing this game at PAX East. So I was getting my practice in. I know the rules now. But yeah, card slinging area was great. We were able to play games. Yeah, we did sling some cards. He had a good time. I played. All I had on me, because I didn't have any like starter decks, was just like an OTK Toga list that James built me like the night before. And so he was playing, and then like he didn't have anything to play. So like one of the UVS staff was like, here, you can play this brand new like Mothra deck, and I'd never seen some of those cards before, so it was it was a mess. It was really funny.
Yo, what an experience.
So, the Toga deck had, of course, the one time like the decks I played just have like the literal perfect like experience. It was just like I got everything I needed, and I like killed him on turn 2, and he was like, okay, well that was really interactive and fun. And I was like, yeah, let's find another deck. So UVS staff gave us the lower decks to like practice with, and that went a little bit better. He actually ended up winning that set, so that was really cool. But he's like really good at games, so, and he really liked it. He said he really liked Universus, so like that was a really cool experience. That I had my friend come. We had a place to play games. We had a place to sit down and hang out and just like do fun stuff. So I don't know who was responsible for putting that in, but thank you for putting in the card slinging area. It was much appreciated. I also noticed the timer was very large and visible on the projector, so that was great.
Yes.
I also noticed, what was another feedback thing that I noticed that was really good? Oh, lunch. Oh my God, like having a dedicated lunch hour, like we knew when we were going, how long we were going to be there. That was really, really, really nice.
Word.
Agreed.
Very nice, very nice.
So my day one was spent looking at all this stuff and going, wow, this is a lot better than the regionals have been. Not that they're bad, but it's just a lot of quality of life improvements here.
Yeah, we're stepping up the game.
Yeah.
But let's get back to talking about the game in question. James, how did your game go?
I did about as well as I hoped for. I did not have time to practice between content things and regular life stuff. I just couldn't fit it in at the moment. So a couple weeks before the event, I reached out to Gavin Kale because I had an LC, and I was like, hey, what crazy deck you got cooking? That way I can win this LC real quick. He sent me over a couple lists, one of them being Toru Hagakure 2, using some of the new like Census Ho attacks from the Hero deck and like Team Hero and things like that to basically just reuse all of your foundations. And then, of course, it had the swooping in to make your attack unblockable if they have 3 or more to their block mod, which Toru does if you have 8 foundations. So pretty cool list, not super meta, but very interesting and on a character that I really like. And honestly, I did perfectly fine. I went 3-3-1, had a really good time with the deck. Got a couple wins that I did not expect to get. I really didn't expect to get any at all, but I guess not a lot of people were expecting the deck, so maybe I kind of snuck out some wins there. I did manage to beat a Mark Tyner 2-0, which is one of the decks that I was really nervous about because on face it sounds insane, and I had 0 games of practice against it. I've never played against the deck before, but it turns out when they spend 9 to play Colossal Confrontation and you make them pick it back up, it's pretty solid. But
what is that combo exactly? Like I've never seen Colossal. I don't remember Colossal Confrontation if I have seen it. So tell me about what that does.
Colossal Confrontation, it is like I'd have to look at the exact stats, but it's like 7 high 10. It's a Blitz Ruin 3, and then you build a card from your hand, and then you go grab any card from your deck and put it into your hand. If I'm remembering that completely correct. So it's basically just like a really good tech piece for them to do whatever they want, and also it's pretty hard to block. And so it's kind of like one of the key pieces, at least with that version of the deck. And so being able to deny it through
that character is
Hagakure,
messed up.
yeah, being able to deny it through Cheerleader, where I flash it, or Hagakure, where I say you can't play this twice, felt pretty good.
Oh, I see. I thought you played Colossal Confrontation, and that made them pick. I got confused. So that's right. It's Toru that makes you say like play it again, pick it up and play it again.
Yes.
That's funny.
Yeah, they were playing the big, huge 9 difficulty attack, and I'm like, well, do it twice.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was pretty great. Played a couple games against Godzilla. Those were 2 of my 3 losses. I just, as a player, can't beat Godzilla. I don't know.
Yeah, can't beat the king.
Yeah, I don't know. I've tried. I get there every once in a while, but it's just really difficult for me. I don't know if it's
James,
like
you were like the most patient, nicest person, and you don't ever get mad at me. The only time you've ever been mad at me is when I was playing Godzilla a lot and we were testing a lot. I think you've beaten me on my Godzilla. Like I could probably count it on. Okay, yeah, twice. Okay, so I can count on one hand. I could count it on 2 fingers.
It's probably like twice. It was, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's just like I don't respect the damage enough, or I don't play around the speed enough, or I'm too aggressive. I don't know what the issue is. I can't beat Godzilla. I think there's been Glasgow was like the only tournament where I played against a Godzilla and won. It was pretty insane. But other than that, I had some really good games. I played against a Zeke Warrior who's I won game 1, he won game 2, and he swapped into Hanji, and we just built walls and stared at each other. And then my final game was probably my best one of the event, if not the best game that I played in a long time. I got to play against Jacob Masur for the first time. He was on Mikasa 4, and it was just a fun time. We were both out of contention, so we were just being humongous goofballs, and I don't think I've laughed playing that game that much in a very, very long time. So shout out to that game because that was fantastic. But overall, 3-3-1. I came in 50th place, and I'm perfectly happy with that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
shout out to Jacob Masur as well, having the coolest deck box I've ever seen. His
Yeah.
deck box is literally the from Metal Gear Solid. It's a cardboard box, the orange cardboard box. You open it and close it. I believe it makes like the alert sound.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
is sick. What?
I forgot.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
It's so funny
it is the
because he was trying
coolest-
to show it to me, and like the battery was like low or something like that. And so like 4 or 5 times he like held it up to my ear and opened it, and I was like, "But I don't know what we're doing here."
What is happening?
Listen to the magic conch. What's it saying? Nah, he tried to do also show it to me, and like it kept messing up too. I was like, bro, that deck box is so cool.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, so congratulations to James for becoming our captain again for a little bit longer.
Woo, let's go.
We all know who the real captain is, though.
Not you.
Definitely not me.
Got him.
I
Yeah.
don't know if that's a got him moment or not.
That was basically it for day 1. On day 2, it was side event central, right?
Oh yeah.
It was a bunch of hanging out with all our friends, playing the side games. I know the one that I think everyone was excited about was, of course, the Godzilla Super pre-release.
Hell
yeah.
Godzilla Super Pre-Release.
That hit like capacity. That hit
Both
cap.
times.
That was really
Yeah,
exciting to
dude.
see
Both
that.
times, yeah.
I was like kind of worried. So coming off of like Riftbound, I was like, I'm signing up for this stuff as soon as they announce it. But then I was like, this is Universus. It's not going to fill up. It filled up. Like I think it filled up the day of, but like there were people that didn't get into it because they didn't sign up on time. So I was
I'm
like,
pretty sure
that was
I was
really
telling
cool.
you guys that it was going to happen.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. It was really cool to see that. It was cool to see something hit like capacity at a Universus event. Our little game's going up.
When I went to sign up, Mikey was actually telling me, it was like, there's only like 5 spots left, Mikey was telling me like there was a certain amount of slots left. I know it was really low. It's like, oh wow, yeah, I'll sign up right now.
Yeah.
You convinced me.
Mikey being one of the round 3 guys, which is the
Yes.
people who put on the events. And I think they're doing all of the events this year.
I
are
don't
they?
know
I
if we
didn't know
know
that.
that for all of them. I know we know that they're doing the next 2. They're doing Dallas and
Okay.
Vegas.
They
I don't
told me
know.
that they're doing all of the events.
Oh, they told you they're doing all of them?
Yes.
Oh, sick. That's great. I love them. All the events they ran were great. Except for the air conditioner thing that kept happening to them.
But that's not their fault.
But hey,
We had AC this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Times the charm, right?
third time was the
Yeah.
charm.
Yeah.
yeah, I did poke fun at AJ for it, like when we first got to the hotel,
same.
ran into him in the lobby.
Oh, yeah, of
yeah.
course.
Yeah, and it was like, hey, how's it going? He's like, oh man, in the room, in my room, kind of hanging out. I was like, got working AC. He's like, yes, I do.
Yeah, I remember on like day 1, it was like a little warm in there. And then I was like talking to Mikey about it, like day 2 or day 3 or something like that. And he was just like, yeah, it started getting a little warm and I started getting upset. I started making
Yep.
phone calls. I was like, oh my God. Can you imagine?
Okay.
Real.
They're cursed.
Yeah.
So they have to be careful of it. But yeah, I love those guys. Run 3 is great. I'm excited to see what they do all through this next year of OP.
Same.
Yep.
For pre-release, everybody won, obviously, because we got to play in the pre-release.
Yeah.
Some of us won more than others.
Not, I sure didn't. I went 0-3, but I didn't give a fuck. I was just playing.
Some of us won every game they played in all of the pre-releases.
Proud of you.
Yeah, James, you're a good player.
I only lost my very last one as Shin Godzilla in the second pre-release.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to play in the second pre-release, but I did win 2 out of my 3 games playing Batra.
Batra cool.
Felt really
Dude, Batra
good.
fucks.
Batra.
Yeah, he does.
Canonically.
And I
Canonically.
tried to tell you.
What was that?
I
He
went
said he tried to tell you.
201 for mine with new King Ghidorah.
Yeah, the 5-hander.
Yeah.
The Ghidorah that's trying to do the
Oh wait,
his best
no,
Nomu
I'm
impression.
sorry. I pulled King Ghidorah alt art. I played Anguirus.
Anguirus.
My bad.
Anguirus, yeah.
However you say his name, I can't say it, so I call him Angie.
Call him Angie. That's what he looks like. He looks Angie.
That's because he
He's a little
is.
Angie.
Like you
He's a
call
little
him like you
derpy
see him.
Angie boy.
Yeah, so let's do a real quick rundown. Andrew, who did you say you were playing again?
I played Shin Godzilla. I pulled the alt art Shin Godzilla. So I was like, all right, alt art rule. I got to play this character. Because I also pulled a Jet Jaguar and was going to just run that. But then I pulled the alt art Shin. I was like, all right, nope. Alt art rule. I got to run this Shin Godzilla. And honestly, Shin Godzilla is a pretty dope character. I had some fun with the character. A lot of cool things you could do with the character. At the end of the event, I went 0-3, but again, like I said at the beginning, I did not care. I was just playing the play. So I was just having fun with my opponents and just kind of just doing whatever. But at the end of my run of the event, I was like, yeah, I guess I didn't really have a whole lot of stuff for Shin Godzilla. I had a couple things that like made sense that worked pretty well, but ultimately was not really built for. I didn't really have a lot of the good stuff for Shin Godzilla. I know a handful of people ran Monster of the Deep, which is an action for Destroya, and yeah, you play it, they blow something up, Shin Godzilla says, yeah, I'll gain 1, get a power token. Lamau.
For sure.
And also get, 2 health or a Destroyer counter?
Yeah.
But so Shin
2
Godzilla
health.
says, yeah, I gain 2 health. So basically you play that, they blow up a foundation, you're like, cool, I'll gain 3 health.
Yeah.
But
Pretty sick.
overall, it was very fun. Just playing with the Godzilla cards early. It was so much fun hanging out with everybody.
All right.
Just a great time.
And Steph, who did you play for the pre-release?
I ended up playing Angie as well. I didn't pull any alt arts, and I was a big baby about it. I was a huge baby about
I
not
was
pulling alt
too.
arts. I was so sad. I think I threw more of a tantrum than you did.
You did throw more
It
of a
was
tantrum
like-
than me.
I was so upset. It was Godzilla, and like I really wanted
Yeah.
something good, and I'd been working hard all weekend on content, and I was like,
I deserve
surely
this.
I will get something. I did deserve it. I,
I mean,
really went into it
yes.
thinking that, and then I because I thought that I
Yes.
didn't get anything.
That's how it works.
Big oof.
The king
Yeah.
spoke, and he was like, "You don't deserve
Yeah.
that."
I did play Angie. He was fun. I did not realize that anytime anyone takes damage, you get a power token. I
Yeah.
thought it was only when I do damage to my opponent. So I kind of like blew my first couple games because I didn't read my character correctly. And after that, I did well because I had one game left. Actually, I think it was after the first game. So I went 1-0-1 or 2.
I think you went
1,
2-1, right?
2-1. 2-1. Yeah, yeah.
2 wins,
Can't
1
count.
loss.
2
Went
wins,
a
1
record.
loss. Yeah. Because after that, I was like, oh, I just get power tokens. And then I just started making things huge. And then I do this thing when I play Universes where I forget about block zones. And so I like, even on turns where I'm playing, I'm like, well, they're just going to be able to block this. And then my opponent will go, yeah, I don't have a low, you got it. And I'm like,
I guess
oh,
I died.
yeah, this is a low attack.
Right, my bad. You can't.
Of
block
course.
it.
Yeah. So I always forget that it's like, if you just play like 10 million low attacks, eventually
kill 'em.
they will run out of low blocks.
I mean, that's Shiizaki's
Yeah, that's the Shiozaki thing.
best plan.
Low
Yeah.
Godzilla. Oops, all lows Godzilla for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah, no alt art, but the games are fun. I enjoyed getting my hands on cards, and also someone else got me an alt art. So I ended up getting Shin Godzilla because
I wonder who got
Jake
that for
ended
you.
up trading for it, and it was really nice, and it made me cry because it made me happy because I was like in tantrum mode. So I was like, well, now I'm crying because I'm happy.
Hell
It was
yeah.
really nice.
Do you remember who traded that?
The Shin Godzilla?
Yeah.
It was Andrew's. I traded my Batra to Andrew for the Shin.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Yeah,
was
because Jake's
very
like,
nice.
hey, he's like, I got Ult Art Batra. I was like, yo, that's sick. He's like, yeah, it looks like the Steph didn't get an Ult Art. I was just, do you care about Shin Godzilla at all? I was like, no. He's like, cool. I'll trade you my Batra, and then we can give Steph the Shin Godzilla. It's like, that works for me. That's great.
I love having friends.
Yeah, I was like, I know that it was one of us.
It's
So-
like,
Well, I was trying not to spoil it. I was gonna let him explain it if he wanted to.
Get spoiled, nerds.
Get spoiled. Jake, how'd your event
Bryan.
go for the pre-release?
My pre-release, I think I already said I went 2-1 in the pre-release. I played Batra. I didn't get to play the second one. I also played Guilty Gear Strive sealed during day one. That was a lot of fun. I had way more fun with that than I did. Thank you, Brody from Brodenkainen, for talking me into playing it. Otherwise, I
Yo.
would not have, and I had fun doing it.
Brody, we love Brody.
Yep, great guy, great friend of the channel.
Outside of that, my day 2 was pretty awesome. I slept in. Thank you, team,
Hog.
for letting me sleep in. I needed it a
Yeah, no
lot.
problem. We tried to wake you up, but you just wouldn't.
yeah, I
You're
was gonna say,
welcome.
we tried.
That's fine with me. So
We gave up day 2 though.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
that's
Well
good.
rested.
And then you said you played Batra. Yeah,
Day 3.
Played Batra, and then later
Day
that
three.
evening, I got to do something really fun with a UVS staff member. Look for that
Which-
on the channel very soon.
yeah. I was like, we'll see that very soon, but no spoilers. Nick,
Yeah.
how did your pre-release go?
It was
And who did
great.
You play? You said you played Anguirus.
So,
but how did it
I
go?
did play Angie. My first 2 opponents emptied their hands and couldn't block me, so I killed them.
Yeah.
And then I tied King Ghidorah in game 3. We went to time, and they couldn't kill me. I couldn't kill them with their dang heads.
Yeah. Head counters are
And-
dope.
Yeah, King Ghidorah consistently just haunts my memories and my dreams. It's fine. I wasn't reminded about that today or anything at all.
As he should.
It was great. I had fun. Getting hold of the cards early was a good time.
Oh yeah, I should mention we all like got hella cards signed by the artist being there. Like that was a really cool thing that I don't know necessarily if UVS like orchestrated that, but the artist of the alt art characters for Godzilla, the Godzilla Challenger decks, and then also this new Godzilla Reign of Kaiju set, he was there and doing like free card signings and free signings for all of his art. And so like all weekend people were just like bringing him stuff to sign, including us, and he was like doing free signings for them, and he had like art prints that were really cool. Like I picked up one of his prints, so like that was really cool to just have the artist on site. I hope they continue doing stuff like that, because like that made it feel more like, oh, this is like an event.
That was really cool. I forgot,
was.
while the pre-release happened, they also gave out posters for free from their Godzilla posters that UVS has. And I won one randomly, and
did.
I pulled the alt art King Ghidorah, who I didn't play, and I also got the King Ghidorah poster, and I got both of those signed. So that
Which
was
you
cool.
didn't play with either.
Correct. It stayed in its tube safely.
Yeah. So yeah, I was gonna bring that up later, but yes, I don't know how many things he signed, but it was probably quite a bit. And
I've got 4 sitting on my desk.
yes. So, James, how was your? I believe you played both pre-releases, just like me.
Yeah, it was awesome. I played both pre-releases. I went 3-0 in both of them. I played Shin Godzilla and then Batra. And yeah, it was pretty great. I still feel a little bad about my third round opponent for my Shin Godzilla, because they did not get to play the game. We played a second game and they played even less of it in the second game. But
That's
all in all,
unfortunate.
it was it was it was a pretty good event. I think I've told multiple people this, and I think they all agreed. I think Godzilla Sealed is the best sealed event that I've played for this game in a long time. I think the Godzilla Sealed environment is very good.
Yeah, I thought it was very fun as well. So I also played in both, like James. I did not have quite the same record. I went 3-0 and then I went 2-1 in the second one. In the first one, I played Space Godzilla, who was sick. That character is messed up. And then in the second one, I played Shin Godzilla, and just got a little unlucky into an Anguirus. I wasn't able to protect myself quite enough, and they were able to hit me for everything I had. For day 3, we pretty much just did content. It wasn't exciting. We mostly didn't get to do much. But throughout all 3 days, Hitch and Guile and Levi were basically handing out packs. Anytime you spent something on the prize wall, which the prize wall was amazing. So many cool things on the prize wall. I think anytime you spent a ticket, basically, they gave you a pack from something. It was pretty much random. And then I think every round of something I played in, Levi came by and handed a pack to somebody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same.
Sometimes multiple packs.
Yeah, sometimes more than
Yeah.
one.
Like when we played in PvE, like we were like me, Brody, Bryan, Nick, and a fifth. Dylan.
Dylan. I was like, it's Dylan. It was with Dylan.
Yeah, sorry, my brain lagged. But the 5 of us were playing PvE, and Levi just handed everybody just packs. I think it was like, I know there was a sleep booster for Undaunted Raid, and I think there was set 1 packs of My Hero.
Yeah, we got all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, we just got packs while we were playing PvE.
But also, Hitch was taking special commissions. I don't know if we've taken any pictures or shared any of those.
Oh, we've definitely shared them.
Good.
Also, that wasn't initially commissions. I don't know. I don't know the full storyline. I don't have every pick of the panel, the whole manga. But I like to say that this is all me. So I was walking by, and I was looking for things to spend tickets on, and I saw just this little silly picture of Guile in his little owl outfit, and it was like on a sticky note, and it said like Hitch Original on it or whatever, and it was 1 ticket, and I was like, I'm getting this. And then I every once in a while I'd walk up to the booth and there'd be another one of a different. I think the next one I got was like sick Guile or something because he had food poisoning, and just
unfortunately
there were a couple of them. And as I grabbed like 1 or 2, I started like walking around and like showing everybody. I was like, this is the best thing ever. I'm collecting all of them. And then at some point, Brody, my eternal rival, started getting in on it as well. And I went up and I commissioned one from Hitch specifically. I was like, I've got multiple Guiles. I've got a Jacob Masur. I want Levi. And so I went up and I was like, how much to draw Levi or something? Like, can I give you 3 tickets for Levi? I don't remember exactly how it happened, but I got a picture of President Levi as Hawks, and it was super cool. And then come to find out later, there was an alt art that Brodenkainen had stolen from me, and I will never let him forget it. But we will forever be rivals now.
Tomato.
And yeah, and it just kind of exploded from there. Like, literally, I was going back to that desk multiple times, like probably twice an hour, looking to see if there was a new one. And then, like, as I commissioned more and showed off more, I would go back and I would see more people. Like, he would have a stack of like 4 or 5 commissions on his desk for like things he needed to draw, and you would see other stuff he had, and it was awesome. It was definitely, I think, my favorite part of the event.
It was so silly.
It was fantastic.
It was so great.
It was very funny. So I do think, very interestingly, I was talking about it with Hitch, and he's like, yeah, I think I've made like 80 tickets back from this. And then I was like, hey, do you know how much was from my team? Because I know you'd been going pretty ham on him. And he's like, I'm not sure. And then Guile came over and he's like, I'm pretty sure you guys have spent 62 tickets.
I would not be surprised because James started doing it and showing them to me. So I started getting them also because they're awesome. I actually have a stack of them on my desk as we record. They're pretty awesome. I am really sad that somebody else commissioned Jet Jagile
Yeah, Jet Jaguar.
Yep.
That's so good.
And,
Yep,
and
that
I
one's
wanted
fantastic.
it so bad. I've never
one was
wanted an
pretty
alt
good.
more in my life.
Yeah, there was like, oh, it was Major Guile was out at the end of the day, and it was not for sale until the beginning of the morning. I had sent special agents to make sure that we got that one first thing when the doors opened. And so I'd like to thank Nick and Steph for going early for that. But yeah, it was a mission. I had to collect as many as I could. Overall, I think I managed to get 11 of them, and it's fantastic. I'm getting them framed.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you
I
got
think it
11.
was-
I think I
that
got
line-
4.
That line Sunday morning was insane.
That was crazy. Yeah, I took like video and I put it on like our story on Instagram, but like the reason that there was a long line, well, obviously besides like the Hitch art, of course.
The
which
Hitch
is why
art was the
everybody
reason. Absolutely.
The secondary reason is that they had the black and orange deck boxes from like 2022 or 2023
There's,
Worlds that look really cool.
Yeah.
They say like Universes or UVS on them or something. They're really sick. And James has been talking about this deck box since he started playing the game. He's been wanting one of these deck boxes, and I was like, well, we gotta win Worlds to get it. And so when we went to Scotland, he top 16 there. But it wasn't the same one. It was like a blue and orange one, so it was slightly different. So I was like, okay, well, we're getting you one of these deck boxes. And then they were like, yeah, we only have like 28 left, and you'll have to come tomorrow morning. And they were like, doors open at 9. You should get here at 8. And I was like, surely I don't have to get here at 8. Well, Nick went down there early at like,
went down
what
there
time were you
before
down
8.
there?
I was
You were down there like,
Like,
I walked by at 7:45, saw people already in there, went and dropped off my stuff in the car, and then got back there and just waited and messaged you guys. I was like, I'm here, but this is gonna
Yeah.
be wild.
you were like, there's people here. And I was like, no, how many? And I think there was like 7 or 8. And then when I got there, it was like, I think I was right behind you. And so like by like 8:30, the line was like wrapping around the pillars in that event hall. Like there
wow.
were so many people. I know that there was people there for the deck boxes. I think most people were there for promos.
Yeah, there's some specific promos that everybody were after.
Yeah, like people really wanted like Inspiring Song and like Queen of Compassion and stuff. I do like that Universus limited it to 1, and it's not 1 per promo per person. It was 1 promo, and then you get back
One
in line.
limited
So
promo,
like
then get
take
to the
your
back.
pick. And I'm sure they were, they had very limited, like they had like 10 of the Queen of Compassions, so it was like, that was really cool that it wasn't like people couldn't just like show up and like sweep and take everything and then leave.
Yep.
But that was also I was like, what, we're hitting capacity on things and we've got like a line wrapping around this like hall to get promos. I never thought I'd see the day for Universes. That was really cool.
It's great.
Yeah, there was also a bunch of really cool announcements. We were getting told when things were going to happen for this next OP year. Lots of exciting things. We don't have like a lot to talk about for it, but I am so excited about the original art promos.
Same. Yes.
Um,
Same.
Universus' own IP.
yeah, Universus is basically doing
Red
their own
Horizon
IP
2.0.
Shut up, it's not Red Horizon.
called.
Shut up.
Will you two shut up
No.
so I can talk?
No.
Sorry, Dad.
Jamie, will you pull up the clip?
Jamie, pull it up.
Universus is getting a new original IP for itself. Used to have Red Horizon, and now they're doing one called Rebel Frontier, hinging off this old late 80s, early 90s anime aesthetic and going pretty like cyberpunk, like retro sci-fi thing. It looks really cool. The stuff they showed off, like the mocks they were showing off at the place, were really neat. And I'm just like hella excited.
Yeah, that was really cool. And they had like a whole like host of announcements that they did on day one that we like totally forgot to talk about. We'll probably do like a separate like short on it or something just to give everyone like, because we're not allowed to show like pictures. We weren't allowed to take pictures or record, but we can talk about it. So like Rebel Frontier, the custom IP, the Universus is going to have as one of them. They talked about the fairy tale set coming out. Everybody knows about that. They talked about Invincible. It's actually going to be a full set. So it was like upgraded or something to a full set.
Yes.
What else am I forgetting?
I believe that was everything. That's all the
The big stuff?
The big stuff.
The important thing.
We sort of got to see. So we got to see.
Oh,
that,
Tekken. Tekken stuff, of course.
We got to see a little Tekken stuff. I was gonna say the more exciting for me that I remember actually seeing stuff for was that we saw the 2 Street Fighter Part 2 decks and got told exactly who was in them because they're on the front. It says.
That's right.
So I'm super hyped for that. We got to see the front of the My Hero Final Challenger deck that they're doing.
Yeah. The My Hero stuff was like fucking like Mecha One for All or something. Like what the hell? Is that in the show?
It's
Is that canon?
Mechamite.
Or
Mecha
sorry,
Might.
whatever.
Mechmite or whatever.
Yeah, it's
No spoilers, but yes, it is Mechamite.
Well, they're gonna be
And,
spoiled when they see the box where he's in like.
I'm talking about
mech
like
suit.
well, yes, I'm talking about from everything about that whole last season though, because that's what the Challenger series is going to
Yeah,
be the
it's
last.
Oh, I
season.
thought you were
Season.
like. I thought you were chastising me for saying spoilers. I was like, it's on the box.
No, I'm saying
That's
we're
funny.
not gonna give spoilers, but
Yeah.
the characters are.
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
it's All Might and Midoriya versus All for One and Shigaraki. Those are the 2 decks.
Yeah.
Very excited for
Obviously.
those to see what they're gonna do. And then
Boy,
I'm very-
Suga's back.
I'm very excited to see what the All for One will do because I am a fan of the All for One that came out in the set for League of Villains Clash box. So I'm very excited to see what this All for One will do.
See what that all for one do.
What the hell
Exactly.
for one dude?
and then in the other deck, for the Challenger Series for the Street Fighters, it's JP and M. Bison versus Cammy and Jury. And I'm, of course, a huge Cammy fan. And actually a pretty big M. Bison fan. I think M. Bison's pretty cool. So I'm excited to see what both of those characters do in those decks.
Me too. It's quite exciting. I didn't get to see it on day one because I like woke up late because I was like, well, I'm not playing in this tournament, so I am gonna sleep in and just chill.
The speakers on the other side of that room, you couldn't hear anything anyways.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair. Well, yeah,
It was
You
all
hear
just
some.
looking up at the screen.
yeah. It was yeah. That was nice being able to sleep in. Also, nobody's gonna care about this. I'm gonna tell the story anyway. I didn't bring any like makeup remover wipes, so I had to do my makeup in the room that morning, and I had one shot. Like I was mid makeup, and I was like, I don't have any like makeup remover. If I f- this up, I'm like screwed. I was like, I don't know what to do. So I did that in one take.
One
Makeup.
take, baby.
That's why
That was
everybody
hard
kept
for
coming
me.
up to us and saying something about it. That's what that was
Yeah.
about.
They were like, bro, what happened to her?
That's definitely not something that
What
happened.
happened
So.
to her?
James got detained.
That's definitely something that happened. But with that, it was great to see everybody who was there. If you were there, comment down below about your favorite thing that happened at Worlds. As always, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to
Wait,
like.
are we at an hour?
Wait.
Are we
hold
done?
On. Hold on. I have one thing I have to say before we go. This is big.
Sure.
Biggest thing, because I was trying to fit it in earlier, but we kept moving on. Worst feeling about playing the main event at any of these tournaments is playing and then losing and not getting anything for it. I think the fact that they gave out prize tickets for playing the main event, you got 2 per win, was fantastic. And I think that
Huge.
is an amazing change that I hope stays for a very long time.
Yes,
Same.
dude.
Yeah, it was
I've
very
been
great.
talking about
It
that.
was
Like,
great.
I felt like I wasn't pressured to play in the tournament because there were so many other things to do. Like, I don't like playing competitively in tournament settings because I get too stressed out about it. I get too wound up, and then I end up crying when I lose. And I don't want to cry. Nobody wants to see me cry. Nobody wants to play against someone who's going to cry when they lose. I promise you.
Hey,
So
don't
it's
beat the shit out of me. I will cry.
literally. So it was like I didn't feel that pressured because there were so many other things to do. There were so many side events going on all the time, and if there wasn't side events, I went and played in the card slinging area. And if I didn't want to do that, I could go talk to the artist guy and go buy prints from him, you know. And it was like there was so
There
many
was a
other
lot.
cool things to do, and there were a lot of people who didn't make it past day one because it was like a 3-day event. Or didn't make it past day 2, and like they all had stuff to do too. Like the energy was so different with all these side events going on, and I'm so grateful that they're like putting
Yeah.
so much more focus on like side events and like giving people things to do that are outside just the main tournament.
Yeah, and also just a quick shout out with those the main event tickets. I guess so they were laid out for round 1. I lost my round 1. And I guess like I was putting my things away. I happened to just like scoop up the tickets or grab the tickets or whatever and put it in my deck box. And then later, at like after my round two finished, I looked at my deck box. I was like, wait, why do I have these? And it's funny enough, as I did that and like was pulling things out, I turned around. My round one opponent was like, "Hey, buddy." I was like, "No, these are yours. I don't know why I have them. They're yours."
You just stole that man's ticket.
He got
I sure
caught,
did.
And then he took it back. Was like, "Never mind. I'm sorry." Here.
It's like, sorry, bro, dude. That's why I'd be the worst burglar. You would like, I would steal it. You catch me. I'm like, bro, this is yours.
Sorry, that was
I'm
yours.
so sorry. I would leave. So, but yeah, I just thought that was funny. I turned around. He was like, "Hey," I was like, "I know why you're here. These are yours."
I know. why
I'm
you
so
come for me.
sorry.
I know why you're here, and then you guys fight to the death.
Exactly.
I kind of sure.
So that's all our time.
Wait, I have one more
It
thing
does
to
not
say.
feel like it's been an.
No, you don't.
Oh.
Say, I will kill you.
Literally smacks this guy down.
So-
No, you don't.
As I was saying earlier, thanks as always for watching all the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Rate the podcast if you're listening to it on Spotify. We really appreciate all that. Tell us below what your favorite thing that happened at the event was, or favorite thing that we talked about that you're excited to hopefully see going forward into Chicago or Vegas. But with that, I've been Bryan. Until next time.
I've been Steph. I can't believe it's been an hour. It has not felt like an hour.
I've been Jake. For the people that walked up and wanted pictures with us and all that, thank you guys so much. That brightens our day beyond what you guys probably think it does.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for everybody that stopped and said we made good content and all that stuff. We really, really appreciate it. I felt rather sensitive at the end after the amount of people that take pictures with us and told us our content was good. So thank you guys so much.
Andrew, God, freaking what a long outro.
Yeah, it was.
Nick, Andrew's racist against robots.
And I'm James. I'm just the other guy.